Hi, welcome back to the podcast Catch It, A New Perception. My name is Katuk. I realized a couple weeks ago, last week maybe, when I put out an episode, I had misspoke on it, which I've noticed a dozen times at least since I've been putting this out. And I don't correct those when I misspeak. I said, we'll finish up the season next week. Actually, we're finishing, what I meant to say was we're finishing up the season next month. Nevertheless, we have probably about 3 episodes left. And thinking about today, putting this podcast out a little later, time wise than usual, I am recording this basically live. And I like being able to do a spur of the moment. I don't like the fact that I'm not motivated to be putting these podcasts out. And I've spoken much over the last number of years, all these seasons that we've done. I've spoken much about not wanting to and willing to. And it's the idea of being motivated and still being committed to doing it or willing to follow through, whatever terminology you use. I like the fact that I can continue to do this, even when I'm not motivated, when I don't want to. And today, a little more motivated, which I'm grateful for because I'm able to put it out, which usually comes out on Sunday morning early, much earlier than this. And thinking about how, and I've spoke of this in different fashions, and I know we circle around to the same ideas. And sometimes I'll put out an episode and I'll speak about somebody specific in my life or something specific, trying to get you to relate to it in how it changes the way that you think so that you'll feel different. Because that's the whole motivation behind this podcast, is what is it you can do in your life to allow you to feel different than what you once did, or quote unquote, feel better than what you once did. Now, I know there's a lot of things in my life that are happening physically. I have probably not extremely noticeable to some of you people, maybe very noticeable. I've lost a lot of my hair. I don't know if it's a side effect of doing chemo or the fact that I continue to become an elder. My hair is getting extremely thin. My braid is very tiny, and it may be that I deal with it in a different way in the near future. Nevertheless, there's other things that are going on physically with me. I've had some carcinoma, basal cell carcinoma, and they biopsied 5 spots. All 5 came back positive for cancer. I was able to have them removed. I never experienced that type of pain with this before. I've had other carcinoma that I've had removed. I think it was ill effects still from all of the chemo that I was gifted. When they scheduled 116 chemo treatments in 78 days, I didn't think much of it. I didn't know what I was getting into. Doing 2 or 3 chemo treatments a day. I believe it was a total, I was scheduled 56 days of chemo. It was within a 78-day period, and it was 2 or 3 chemo treatments a day. So it felt like a lot of poison going into my body. And speaking of that, sometimes the pharmaceuticals feel like poison to me. There's a difference between pharmaceuticals and medicine. And I know that certain pharmaceuticals may be medicine. Some pharmaceuticals I want nothing to do with. I like traditional medicine. I like things that come from the earth. I like the medicine of people. I like the medicine, our first medicine, water, mine, peta, fire. The things that gave us light, that gave us heat originally as people, as human beings. And I know we're almost identical. All human beings are almost identical. Our differences are minute until we begin to separate ourselves from people. And this podcast is designed to help us Stop separating ourselves from people if that's what we want to do. I get it. This is for a select few people. It's not widely listened to. And it's probably something I'll continue to do because it helps me become more aware of who I am, how I think and feel, how I can act different, how I can show up different. All of the things that I need in my life to be able to continue to think and feel different. So, what I'm finding is that one of the medicines that I find is the people I surround myself with at times. At times, it's very difficult to be around certain people because it's not like good medicine. I'm not saying it's bad medicine. I wouldn't think that way. I wouldn't want to say that. And there's certain people that it is truly a joy and a pleasure to be around. A couple nights ago on Friday night, I had the opportunity to sit with a brother in a ceremony that he was conducting. And it's just fabulous to sit with him. He is just an incredible man in my life. To watch him grow up, he's just probably about a decade younger than I am, but to watch him grow up the way he has and to come into the maturity of becoming an elder in the circles that he sits in, it's incredible. Really, really incredible. I've known him since he was a teenager and always attempted to be a good big brother to him. And then there's another one that I met with more recently. I believe it was yesterday. And what I realize is that being around certain people is good medicine. And I realized going in, I look forward to it. This will be really nice. And what happened is he's closer to the age of our children, and he's more like a little brother to me. And which is really cool. It's a really cool relationship I have with him. And I meet him in this park and we walk around for maybe about 45 minutes, and then we grabbed a bench and we sat. And we continued to commune, and it was good conversation. It was good interaction. It was nice catching up. But the interaction of the soul and the experience that we have together is so sweet. It's nice to be around people that allow you to feel like when you're leaving the situation that was good medicine. Medicine helps the mind. Medicine helps the soul. Medicine helps me think different. It helps me to feel different. So therefore, there's people in my life that allow me to think different. I put myself in a position to be around certain people that allow me to think different, so I see the world different. Wow. I know that I've had elders in my life that have done it, and I've spoken about some of the elders that have been in my life and the mentors that I've had. And I speak of them in different ways at different times. They've been like father figures, they've been like older brothers, uncles, whatever that may be. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate some of the people in my immediate family who are my biological brothers, who are my true kin. I do appreciate that. Whether it's my wife, my mother, my children, I say mine, ours. And I love it. Able to grab a meal with one of our sons yesterday and just sharing more time with him before that, just spending a couple hours with him, a little motorcycle ride, just being able to enjoy the presence of people and the energy that they give. and walking away and feel that I'm better off that I had that conversation. I'm better off that I spent that time with them. I'm better off because I know them. That is good medicine. And sometimes I think it's understated because we speak of medicine. Some people will speak of medicine, pharmaceuticals as medicine. I have a tendency to speak more of the first four medicines of the tribal people of the Teoshpai that I am part of, and which starts with the sage and moves to the cedar, to the tobacco, and to the sweetgrass, and the four medicines that can help us heal. These medicines that help us heal that I speak of today is the medicine that the people bring to us in conversation, in love, with respect, with honor, with dignity. To be around people that honor you, that respect you, that show you dignity, and you reciprocate it at an equal level. That is as good a medicine as it gets. How many people do you put yourself in front of? How many people do you commune with? Immediate family, family you found along the way, whatever this is, how many people do you commune with that you know for a fact you're going to be a better human being when you leave that conversation? I like to be in the presence of people more so than a text or a message of some kind or a phone call. I like to be in the presence of people to feel that energy, to know how that feels like I'm communing with them. Whether it's a ceremony, whether it's an individual conversation, whether it's just whatever. I like to be in the presence of people. I feel more connected. That is how it's a gift of medicine. Connection is so important in this lifetime. The medicine of connection to other human beings is what I seek as much as anything. And I believe that it's more of a subconscious seek. I don't outwardly think, oh, I need this and I'm going to go do this and I. What happens is I show up. Now this week I have a couple of doctor's appointments, 2 or 3. I get to meet with my therapist, and I have 3 speaking engagements, and I need to take care of them. I need to be aware and conscious going into them. I know that that can be good medicine for me. I hope that it's good medicine for the people that I stand in front of as I do these speaking engagements that I do. I have one today, I have one Tuesday, and I have one Wednesday. And I look forward to how that will work out for me and for them, to commune with them, to be connected with other human beings. It may be the greatest medicine I received today is the medicine of connection to other human beings. I get connected to certain people through this podcast. I get it. Sometimes that's the best we have. People watch from different countries around the world. People watch from different places around the United States or different places around the state. And some people I know personally and some people I don't. And even though I don't know someone personally, we can still get connected through this avenue. And I'm good with that. I feel fortunate today. I don't have as much physical pain. I don't have as much sharp pain as I did over the last couple weeks from this removal of this carcinoma. I will most likely find out if I'm living with stage 4 tomorrow. I never know how much I'm going to talk about anything on this podcast. One thing I would like to talk more about is being connected. Not just being connected to you out there through this, but being connected to the people that I commune with each day. And how that connection to other human beings is one of the greatest medicines I will receive today. Looking forward to next time. live in harmony with, and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world. Dok Shao, okay?